In this corner, weighing in at a current market cap of $24 billion, it's the blockchain-powered XRP. And in this corner, weighing in at an unknown market cap, known for always getting their way, it's the big bad anti-crypto SEC. What a matchup we have on our hands. This isn't just XRP versus SEC. This is crypto versus the US government. Who will win? Only time will tell. In this video, I'm going to give you a rundown of the SEC versus XRP lawsuit battle. So let's talk about a quick overview of XRP. So let me paint the picture for you. It's early 2011 and there's three developers, David Schwartz, Jed McCaleb, and Arthur Brito. And they looked around and they saw Bitcoin. And they really liked Bitcoin, but there was one problem with Bitcoin that they didn't quite like. And it was the fact that it cost so much with all the mining and all that rubbish. So what they said is, let's create something quite similar to Bitcoin, but a lot better. So what they did was they created a company called Ripple Labs, and they created a currency, or a cryptocurrency, shall I say, called XRP. Now, their goal was basically to create a fast, cost-effective alternative to traditional payments. So let's say, usually if I want to send money to someone maybe in India or something like that, for me to send money to India, first I have to take my Zimbabwean dollars, okay? And I have to exchange my Zimbabwean dollars into US dollars, okay? And that might take a bit of time. Then, from then, I would have to change my US dollars into Indian rupees, and then my friend can get their money. By that stage, it might be a few days. What if my friend needs the money today? So this is where XRP comes in. XRP's goal is basically to peg every currency to Ripple, to XRP, I mean. And basically, the goal is that if I want to send money now to my friend, firstly, I can get it done today, number one. And number two is the fact that I don't have to change into the US dollar and then into another currency before I change into the rupees, right? What I would do is all I would do is send the XRP to my friend, and because it's pegged to all these different currencies, he would be able to access that money in his rupees or whatever, and boom, you know, instead of taking 5 days and all these different transaction costs just to get some money across, XRP does that really quickly, and it doesn't have to go through all this nonsense of changing different currencies. So XRP was listed on cryptocurrency exchanges in about 2012, and basically people were able to buy it. Fast forward to December 2020. The SEC gave Ripple a call and said, listen here, we're going to have a lawsuit because you have been selling these XRP and this is an unregistered security offering. We're asking for a couple $2 billion, right? Because since 2013, you didn't tell us anything, okay? And we're really angry because you didn't register with us. So now you asked this boatload of money and we're gonna have a problem. So what Ripple said was, let's go to court and let's settle this. Other cryptocurrencies would happily just pay the fine and then they'd continue with their business. But Ripple said, not happening. You're trying to bully us, let's go to court. So this battle has been ongoing since 2020. So let's talk about what the SEC argument is now. So the SEC are basically saying that Ripple had an unregistered securities offering and they basically got away with 1.3 billion in illegal sales. So what the SEC are saying is, listen, you're saying XRP is a currency, but we believe XRP is a security. And because we believe that XRP is a security, what does the name SEC stand for? The name SEC stands for Securities and Exchanges Commission. The keyword is the S, securities. So they're like, you're a security. So if you're a security, you run under our jurisdiction. So you've got to come and talk to us. So they're saying you're not a currency, you're a security. So this whole battle is based on, is XRP a security or not? So the SEC are basing their whole argument on the fact that XRP is a security, and they're using the special test called a Howey test, which basically has 4 criteria that you have to meet if you are a security or an investment contract. So let's talk about these 4. The Howey test says for an investment to be considered a security, it must be, number 1, must involve an investment of money. Okay, so that means that money has to get invested into something. Number 2, that the money is invested in a joint enterprise. Number 3, that investors have the expectation of making a profit. And number 4, that this profit is obtained through the effort of others. So these are the 4 criteria. So there has to be a tick on each of these 4 criteria for it to be considered a security, according to this Howey test. So basically, the SEC's entire case hinders on this Howey test and the fact that XRP needs to meet the legal definition of a security for them to be able to win this. So now, what has XRP said about it? So now we move on to the XRP argument. So basically, Ripple have said, okay, these are our 3 main points to basically counter your argument. The first one being, just because you have XRP doesn't mean that you have a legal relationship with us. Number 2, they're saying that Ripple didn't guarantee that you were going to actually make profits if you buy XRP. Number 3, they're saying that Ripple didn't have any clear guidance on what exactly they can and can't do, because the SEC doesn't really speak about what people can and can't do. They kind of keep things really vague, and then you only know if you're doing something wrong when they come after you. And this whole thing that they're saying basically violates their right to what they call due process.
I have rights and I have freedoms.
Because they're not being told what they can and can't do. So how are they in the wrong if you're not telling me what I can and cannot do? So the one big thing that Ripple have in this case is the Hinman speech. So what happened was the director of the SEC spoke about how Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities. For him to be speaking like that, they obviously had a meeting and they were probably talking about XRP as well. And if Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities, they have reason to believe that there's people in the SRC that in that meeting said that XRP is not a security. Basically, Ripple are saying, we want to see access to your meetings, because if you guys had a meeting and you established that XRP is not a security, then this is the end of this conversation. Because if you guys behind closed doors are actually admitting that XRP is not a security, then what are you doing? You're coming after us for what? You just want money, or you just want to bully us? So let's see this document. Let's see what was discussed. And basically the SEC are trying to fight back and they don't want to reveal this. So I'm not quite sure exactly what this means, but basically it could make the SEC look really silly if this comes out and they actually did admit behind closed doors that XRP is not a security, because then it just shows that they're just trying to bully the crypto industry.
Because I think you're just a bully.
So now, to the most important part. Let's talk about the implications of each side winning. So, what happens if the SEC wins? So if the SEC wins, then XRP is deemed a security, which will set a precedent for the other cryptocurrencies. So this will be a big shift in the crypto industry, because now that XRP has been deemed a security, it means that the other cryptos might be in trouble. So the tokens that will be really in trouble are your Solanas, your Avalanches, your Cardano, and your Cosmos, because they have significant similarities to XRP. So if XRP is deemed a security, there's a very high probability that those tokens are most probably going to end up being securities as well, which means that they'll operate under the jurisdiction of the SEC. So as I said, those other tokens like your Solana, your Cardano, etc., they will now have a bit of a problem because they might be deemed as a security. But the governance tokens of DeFi projects won't really be affected because they don't have a lot of similarities with XRP. So irregardless of what happens, those types of tokens are okay. So basically, if that happens, what do you think is going to happen to the price of XRP? Most probably what's going to end up happening is the price of XRP is going to plummet. Not financial advice, But I just think that if the SEC does win this, XRP is going to drop dramatically. Now let's talk about what happens if XRP wins. Well, if XRP wins, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the top dog of all cryptocurrencies. It will probably go up, but maybe it might go crazy because you know how, people just see good news and then they just start buying and then they might push the price up. So XRP might go up in price. That will be good for something like Ethereum because Ethereum have their own problems with the SEC. So if XRP is not deemed a security, then Ethereum now has the case which now proves, okay, you proved XRP is not a security, so therefore we are not a security. So they have a higher chance of winning their case. So basically, if Ripple does win this lawsuit, it's a big win for the crypto industry. And that will basically tell the whole world that the SEC is no longer the top dog when it comes to cryptocurrencies. They do not have as much power, and that will probably send a huge amount of investment into the crypto industry, particularly from your corporate people who have a lot of money. There will be a lot of institutional money coming into the crypto industry. That was the word, institutional money, that will come into the crypto industry. So if XRP win, it's very good for the crypto industry. However, there is another variation that could happen, right? So a lot of people think that there's only two ways that this could happen, right? A, XRP win, cool, it's good for XRP, good for the crypto industry. Or B, the SEC wins, XRP's basically got problems now and it will probably go down. But there is another variation that might happen. There's a variation where the SEC might win, but they might win on a limited scale. So they might win on the fact that in 2013, when XRP was released, XRP was a security. But if they do not discuss what XRP is today, and they keep it to a limited scale where they only talk about XRP status in 2013, then this is a bit different from the SEC winning completely that XRP is a total security. They might just win that XRP was a security back then, but maybe it's not now. And if that happens, the only cryptocurrency that's going to be affected actually is XRP. And it's not really going to affect US regulations regarding all types of cryptocurrencies, because obviously they were talking about XRP status in 2013 and they're not talking about it now. So the key is, if the SEC does win on the big scale and prove that XRP is a security, this is going to cause problems for other crypto projects. And what you might end up seeing is a lot of cryptos might end up leaving the US and away from their regulations and going somewhere else, because they're going to be like, well, why should we bother going to America when, we've got all these problems? Let's go somewhere else, away where we don't have to deal with the jurisdiction of the SEC. So a lot of people think that the case is going to get resolved by the end of this year, 2023. One important thing, as I spoke about the Hinman speech, I think that's being released on the 13th of June. So make sure to check your news on that and see what happens. As always, just always do your own research, look on Google, look on the news, watch some YouTube. This is not financial advice. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm giving you as much information as I can, as possible, for you to make your own informed investment decisions. Now that I've given you all this information, who do you think will win? Let me know in the comments below.